So Astralis going to be on the T side, NiP on the CT side. And let's see if NiP could pull the full upset, if they can really bring this home or not.
I want to find out. I want to find out. And a very quick pistol round already here, looking for fights in mid. Glaive, who was criminally underperforming, to be fair. What was it? Average damage? 54 average damage at the end of that first map of Overpass from Glaive. And a few key kills that if he gets it, it unlocks a round for Astralis, and he didn't manage it. And so we'll be keeping an eye on Glaive here for an individual performance. Like, he needs to step up, I think, here for Astralis to succeed.
I definitely agree. And, you know, winning a pistol round would be nice too. That could be helpful. Flash over the corner. Nork knows what's coming, and he's still going to be just a step away here. Nearly made it around that corner. And now they're going to be wrapping around to the B-bomb site through CT spawn. This is pretty dangerous now. Oh, Hampus and Plopsky. If any one of them goes down, I don't think there's going to be a chance left for NiP to win anything here. So out in the open, that's a nice shot from Hampus. Can we get another one? They are lined up for him. He's still got a chance, but finally he goes down. Plopsky showing up. He realizes this is some heads-up play from Plopsky. Now, he will go down, but the fact that he even went to check like that is actually really impressive. And now it's a 2-on-3, and NiP at least have a chance.
Can the rest of them show up here? What's going on? Why do Astralis grind to a halt on this?
They're not sure if anyone else is in the bomb site, I guess.
They have time? Are they playing themselves?
Oh, they're going back to... They're actually playing NiP. Oh, this is so next level. Absolutely next level. Rez and CT, they're still checking out that B bomb site. They're still wondering, and now they know, but it's going to be way too late. Again, it's risky. But when it plays out like this, you're just going to love it. And they have that standard smoke towards the live area that I don't know what you could do. Oh, wait. It went even further? Maybe they had no smoke. I'm just making it up. Well, retake is not going to be easy. But here we go. A little bit of a crossfire. They're all over the place. And it is Dupree at the end with a nice double kill. That was a... I mean, the whole round was cool from Astralis, right? The B split and then the withdrawal from the B bomb site. That's interesting. That's really fun.
Yeah. No, this is definitely like Astralis. I mean, we saw it work against them a couple times on Overpass where it seemed like they were trying to get fancy.
Yes.
You know, trying to overthink things and ended up costing them. Either they walked into the NiP stack or they gave up the kills that they didn't need to. Here, it works. Okay, cool. But that's not something reliable. So hopefully Astralis, you know, it works this way, and now we can see them try and actually establish some map control and build off of that, and just commit to the bomb sites that they're developing towards, right?
It's also just an element of the game that we're not used to seeing.
Sure.
It makes you wonder if it's something that they want to experiment with, you know, just to figure out how do we play, because there are teams. I mean, think of Na'Vi that can play these rounds.
Listen,
quite slowly.
Astralis is just experimenting with the idea of winning pistol rounds right now.
Yeah, that's
their first pistol round of this series so far.
They've got a single data point. It's not going to make for much of a report, is it?
Well, for now, it is the Force Spy coming in from NiP. So no surprise there. They're just going to go ahead and get in on those deagles, the Kevlar. We've seen how dangerous these deagles can be. And
I mean, the thing to really look for in this round from NiP's point of view is the smokes. And right now, Astralis, I mean, they pushed top mid, but actually NiP have held on to these smokes incredibly long already. I'm really impressed that they have as many as they have. And if Astralis make a mistake and leave it down to, you know, 25 seconds here, and then they still have a smoke left, that's going to be huge. Yep, there's one of them in Glaive. He's reading it. He knows we have to try and put some pressure on here. Coming through the smoke a second time, and he didn't reload. Nork with a headshot on Dupree. And they thought he'd fallen back. Now they're going to be running into Plopsky here. He's got the C-set out. That's the bomb on the ground. 25 seconds, but he can't follow it up. Hampus is going to be in line, and he actually has a Molotov, so I don't know if he wants to use it. Oh, but they run into Glaive with a UMP, and that leaves Rez alone. Down in the pit, still 15 seconds. This still could be lethal. Rez not quite getting that opportunity. The bomb is almost there. He's trying to catch it. Nice headshot. Can't get the second one, and now Hampus is going to be showing up. What a lethal round. I mean, NiP really doing a good job here. Not sure if they can finish it, though. Hampus, he still gets the shot, and he pre-fires right into the pit. He knows where he is, and he is just a second short of actually getting that kill. It could have worked out. Astralis, so cool that he doesn't reload that gun. He's waiting for it. He baited him into it.
Looking for the punish.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, Hampus, he actually showed up to the B-bomb site with a Molotov. Imagine if they had tried to rotate and he put it down. I mean, like, they were so low on time.
But,
one or two grenades there would have made a difference.
I mean, the main thing here is that Astralis, you got to make noise. You got to do something to bait out the utility, right? NiP are going to have that discipline to hold back on it if you're not doing anything to force them to use that utility.
Speaking of forcing, they forced into this round. NiP saying, fine, it ends in a one-on-one, and you don't seem like you're quite as good as you normally are. We're going to go for a buy.
Vulnerable. Astralis are vulnerable right now, Anders, in a way that it feels, you know, coming into the series, you're not predicting it in any way, shape, or form that they are going to be struggling for rounds. Overpass goes against them, 16-13. A lot of rounds on that in that map where Astralis should have won, and NiP were able to get it through. So it's nice to see NiP playing with some confidence here.
Yeah, it's you can't even really blame them, can you? Although they did lose the early fight here, but you feel like, okay, if they're stumbling, let's help them out. Let's see if we can keep them down. Hampus is trying to cheat towards the A bomb site. At least he's getting as far back as he possibly can while still being close to B. Let's see how this is going to be working out. Sub 40 seconds, and Rez, CTR, and Nork, 3-man stack over at the A bomb site. They still have a smoke, and Hampus has a Molotov just like last time, and those grenades could be really important. Now, it looks like they're going to be bringing the bomb back towards the B bomb site, so I don't know. I don't think that one Molotov from Hampus is going to make the difference, unfortunately. Glaive is going to be running right into him. Oh, and he does go down, but I think it's too late. I think at this point, I don't know. It's probably not worth it for them to try and go for it. Shooting through is fine, but yeah, retaking the site, not really going to happen, so will be a third round for Astralis, and NiP are going to be bringing these guns into the next round, which is fine, but the element of surprise is sort of gone, right? Mm-hmm. They know what's coming, and NiP might have, in trying to get Astralis to stumble, they might themselves have tripped up here and fallen.
Well, they've delayed, I mean, that's the main thing. That's the gamble that NiP have taken by spending that money. They've only delayed now how long it's going to take for them to get rifles of their own. They needed to win in this surprise fashion against Astralis, save some of those guns, convert those MP9s into AK-47s, and, you know, get rolling that way. Now, NiP, it's just another round of MP9s for them, and then what do you do after that? Do you save the MP9s? Do you get the rifles upgraded, or what? Do you just yeet them in on this next round? That's probably going to be the play here. Just keeping an eye here on NiP's economy. I mean, they have passed one over. Hampus could have gone for it, but they're probably just going to just save and play into next round, rifles or not. But now this puts Astralis in a position to get a fourth round on the T side of Inferno. And I mean, to be fair, it's not like Inferno is heavily CT-sided anymore.
Yeah, but still, right? You don't want to be giving them
T-sided, Anders. It's 50.6.
Has it got there? 50.
Yeah, 50.6 T-sided versus 49.4 out of 464 games in 2020.
Okay.
So it's T-sided officially. That's it.
Mathematically, we've got it solved. Well, let's just see. I mean, you could tell that Astralis was set up in case there was going to be some sort of a rush happening. They were ready for the MP9s to come charging in. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think, is, you know, I would have been surprised if they weren't. And now they can just slowly grind this out. They know that NiP don't have a lot to work with here. Magisk taking a bit of a look here. Oh, but that is a hard angle to look at. He took a lot of bullets to the face, and somehow it's Device that dies instead.
They just abandoned him. They just left Device to die.
Yeah, but how is Device not even... I mean, I'm so confused about everything. Glaive is down next, and it's just an MP9 again. How is Device dying in that moment? It's Magisk that's falling back. Device is there specifically to help him, right?
Yeah.
And he just doesn't even do any damage. Doesn't even fire the gun. He's just jumping around.
I like how Zipnix's initial reaction is always to just pull out an HE. Can I blow him up? Can I blow him up? Is that possible? Dupree with the spot. Had that pre-fire angle, but not quite going to get it.
30 seconds on the clock. I mean, they're right next to the bomb site, but again, a bit of a theme developing here. Trying to get the grenades in. We'll do a bit of damage to Hampus and maybe force him out with a Molotov. In fact, he's going to run into it. Oh, he's giving it all for the cause. I love that play. Now, he doesn't get the kill. We'll soften up, sip enough, but that is huge from Hampus. What a great guy. Rez down here and Plopsky will combine. It's 10 seconds and they'll be just fine. NiP not getting the round that they actually forced into it, but getting the follow-up, and I will still call that a pretty big success here. I still can't believe it.
Was Device blind? I think Device was blind when he swung on that.
Yeah, I guess maybe he was.
That was why I was surprised. Device was just left out there, and nobody was there to watch his back from Astralis' side. I mean, Glaive shows up a second later, but I mean, we're kind of expecting Glaive to be the sacrificial lamb right now. Device having another very slow start. Doesn't really mean anything in his case, though, because he can just flip that switch and turn it on like we saw in Overpass and just start, obviously just shooting to the top of the scoreboard in every dimension. But,
I gotta highlight Hampus running into the flames like that. That is really cool.
It's a brave man.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're just not going to be expecting that, are they? Trying to clear the corner at Arch. Nork is going to get traded, and Rez trying to shoot Dupree in the back, which with a better weapon probably would have worked out just fine. But it leaves CTR alone with an AK in the pit, and he's been doing pretty well in the series so far. There's the one kill, followed up with a double kill, and nearly backing off into the smoke. That would have been probably too much to ask for. Hampus going to take down Dupree, and just like that, it's a 1-on-2. Device with the bomb, and Plofsky is actually right behind him.
Was Plofsky close enough to hear the footsteps from Device? I'm not sure, because he was right on Device's heels, and now he's going to be retracing Device's footsteps. Device has no way of knowing this. He was holding back there, waiting for Plofsky to push down Banana, but he decided to come back over here just as Plofsky... I mean, the comedy, how the timing works out. But at least now, because Astralis decided to change up the pace and stop playing like Na'Vi and waiting until there's 10 seconds in the round to actually execute anything, because they tried to put on the aggro early, now Device actually has some room to work with here.
Yes. And Device wanted to look for someone, and I think NiP smartly not showing themselves, not giving him a chance to find anyone. It's going to be a spot there against Hampus. That's pretty useful, but Plofsky is still going to be walking up right behind him. So let's just see. Molotov is out, some grenades. It's all just a distraction for Hampus to, also for Plofsky, to walk up right behind him. Device, though, set himself up in an interesting fashion. He gets the kill, and he can't be spotted from that balcony. He knows he's up there, though. Gonna try and see if he can get the timing down right, but he was so low on health. And it will be a round for NiP, 3-2. And, I mean, it's a close round. They lose almost everything. And if Astralis do get a bomb plant, I don't know if they'd want to force it. It's risky. But maybe they could justify it given the amount of damage they did to the economy of NiP. It's hard to say. This is good from... I mean, this probably could have been won even earlier for NiP, couldn't it?
ZTR is looking crisp. You got to give it to him. He is looking good. And this was the retake here from Plofsky. Coming in on it, but I think before then, Device was pre-aiming beneath where Hampus pushed through the smoke, and that's why it took him a little bit longer. He takes more damage, but it also takes more time for him to get that kill initially. Because I think Device played that perfectly, dude. He put the boxes at his back, so he didn't have to worry about whether or not the guy was coming out he knew where one guy was, and he decided to focus entirely on that one guy. And that's a really clean, cool way to play out that kind of clutch.
Yeah, it worked out incredibly well. And also the Molotovs and everything else that was thrown at him there didn't really touch him. So, good thinking. Almost had it. All right, well, they got orbed in the middle early on. A little bit of a boost going in there. And now it should be a smooth cleanup. Nice job on Hampus. He's really working it well at the moment.
Oh, sorry, I'm just giggling to myself, Anders. It is kind of like a mini game now for me, where I just kind of check on nade damage.
Are they getting that even if they're losing?
Dude, 100 nade damage already dealt by Zipnix, 53 by Glaive. To put that in comparison, right? 4 damage for Rez and 3 damage for Knock. Nade damage.
I wonder what I mean, we don't know anything about the correlation, right? Do we? Between I guess more grenade damage is good, but we don't know how much. Where's the difference? Where's the cutoff point, right?
Sure. It certainly speaks to... I mean, it's certainly going to make your life easier if your opponents are softened up.
Yeah. But theoretically, I think you could end up in a scenario, right, where what you're sacrificing to get the grenade damage is not worth it, you know? Like that could probably be possible. We've all been there where you throw out a grenade and then you do throw it and it does some damage, but you get shot right as you're throwing it. So
like, doesn't really mean anything. It was like 715 damage total across all 5 members from Astralis last round with nades versus NiP's 239.
Oh, last map? Yeah.
That was last map, right?
Yeah.
But like NiP won the map, but they still did, what, a third of the damage, almost. I mean,
yeah.
Roughly. Wow. So it's weird, you know, it's if you frag hard, if you click heads.
It's just so...
You know?
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, like, at this level, 700 damage across 30 rounds.
It's significant considering...
Maybe, but if they're all on, you know, if you just translate it to 7 kills, which you probably can't because, you know, they're not going to be... It's not going to work like that. I don't know. The math on this is kind of interesting. Someone do the hard science for me. I can't do math on stream, especially not. Nork
caster rule.
Yeah, it is a rule. Nork getting grenaded, but he's sticking around, and they weren't expecting it. That is a nice shot. And he's got Hampers right behind him. They actually have a 3-man setup really late into this B round, or at least it looks like it's going to be a B round. Now they're drawing Hampers back, which looks like it's at the wrong time here, but let's see what NiP could do. Nork is in position with the AWP. He's got a smoke and a Molotov. If they can slow them down and even get another kill here, this could be great for NiP. All right. Timing to run through is pretty good. Device, instant takedown, and that's all they needed. That was the 1 kill. Now it's just about getting that bomb down before too many more people show up, and they're going to try it right there. Spam not quite connecting, not hitting anyone at the moment, and now it's an afterplant. And they have that AWP on Nork still hanging around. Retaking this bomb site is so tricky. I could understand it if NiP want to try and find a kill before they do anything else. Some deep grenades here, trying to force them out from behind the boxes. And actually, look at Astralis. They're going to go fight them before they even get into the site. They line up. That's Glaive with a big double, and he's just going to continue. Good triple on him at the end, and Device with a double kill. And Device also got that entry that was worth so much.
Got that big entry, and I think what's really cool here from Astralis, like, let's take a look at this as Device. He figures out the guy's holding first oranges, but this is Astralis also going back to the tried and true, kind of like their playbook. You know, it's like you can see the smokes that they get down, to open it up, the flashes over the top, they get the molly in the back. You know, it's just like they go back to something. They're like, okay, guys, let's try and eliminate the chaos. Let's stop trying to play on the fly. Let's go into the playbook, and this is something we practiced. We know how it's supposed to go, and execute. And well, we see, just works out perfectly there for Astralis. And so that's a confidence-building play for Astralis. They can feel like we didn't luck out or have luck go against us. It's like that's something that really just works and we can build on.
It's really, really well done. And, you know, that's in spite of the fact that they lost that early kill over at the corner against Nork. They just decided, yeah, but we're still gonna show up. And NiP weren't expecting that. They pulled Hampers back, and that left them slightly weaker than they would have been otherwise. Deep setup here towards the new box. I mean, this boost can catch people off guard, but on the other hand, one good Molotov onto this position, and you're in a lot of trouble. Here come the flashbangs. They check instantly for a Device. Another entry, and that's the round. Just, again, some of these kills here for Device, he's only got 5, but he's basically opened up the last round and this one. So that's pretty impressive just on his own. Really well done.
I think it's just really unfair of Astralis
to just open it up.
To just keep taking B site like this and to avoid ZTR. Because, you know, the stats are going to be, everybody's going to be looking at the stats for ZTR, and if he underperforms at all, right? And now they're not giving him a chance to get kills. They're not...
It's true.
They're not giving him a chance to get any kills, to do any damage, Anders.
Listen, we've been saying it for a long time that people shouldn't just be looking at the stats. Like, they really do sometimes tell a weird story. So I don't think we're ever going to be successful in that mission, but we should keep saying it.
Yeah, over and over. It's that's actually Thorin. You know, he's big on the eye test, and it's true. The numbers will tell you one story.
Oh, what?
But the eye test can tell you something different, right? All of the different factors coming in, intuition. Nicely done, though. 1-2 combo there from Astralis. That is clean.
I can't believe that that's so ridiculous.
Wait, what?
Threat is...
That was Threat reacting. Was he just that surprised that his player survived that? No.
Hard to know. He was suddenly... He didn't look like he was happy at all. Run boost into the middle. I love it. But didn't catch anyone. Well, I caught a grenade. It's not what he was fishing for. And, yeah, they're low on money. I feel like NiP, you know, from forcing that 3rd round and not winning it to then winning the 4th round, like, they've set themselves up in some strange fashion here where, like, the economy is just going to be so weird for the whole of the time, and that's the main struggle, isn't it, on the CT side? How do they make up for this? Astralis are actually, you know, well en route to have a pretty good first half right now.
They're playing it out as we'd expect, and there's the Molotov that's going to go past Plopsky. All right, they need to check Plopsky, and they get him. Nicely done there from Magisk.
Yeah. And he's going to feel so sure in checking that. There's a Molotov to just stop anything else from happening. They have the setup. This is where they have the rifles. If they don't fight this now and get some kills, it's going to be done. CTR can't do anything. He's got a USP over at the A-bomb site, so either you risk the rifles and go fight at Banana, or you don't do anything at all. That's a nice flashbang out, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, get the rifle and try and live. I don't think there's anything that he could do. A kill would be amazing right now. They're all going to be coming for him slowly but surely. Oh, yeah.
That's unfortunate. In your mind's eye, you know, you're in that moment. We've all been there. Where you're just like, I'm totally going to like double tap him as he goes by, and then I'm going to whip around and get the guy in short.
Yeah, you create like that little movie, and then when you actually go to press the play button, it just doesn't work out like that.
It doesn't work that way, man. Oh,
Really
man.
right. But yeah, I mean, good stuff here for Astralis. Look, pretty safe round, I would say. It's going to be 6-3. Magus, yeah, you see the fire there, so he's got no issue at all in just taking that fight. Easy
Peasy.
Yeah.
And very, very clean stuff here from Astralis. Not really going back, not really playing out the chaotic aspect anymore. I feel like they're going back into the playbook here. They ran that twice on B. This round was kind of just hold and see what NiP are going to do, because they know that the economy isn't going to be stable for NiP. And now in this round, this will be the fun one. What are we going to see here? Did Device? Yeah, Device got an HE again. We have HEs on Magus and Device. Who's got the good spawn? Magus is up close. All right.
See if they can unload some of them into Banana, maybe?
Banana or top mid. I would like to see top mid, because Knock keeps trying to peek, right? And they got success last time, and they would have seen that they got success with the HE last time, so... you know, it's just like keep punishing them. If it's working, it's working, right? But now Device commits to the top mid, to the top of Banana with his HE. It's just the game within the game, Anders.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Not too much happening on Banana, right? Like, it's pretty conservative, which is fine. I mean, I can understand it if NiP don't want to be unloading all of their nades in there at the start of the round, which some teams do.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, I think... Oh, second Molotov, hoping that they can't put it out. The spray is still... That is so much damage. Look at how cool that was. They throw an initial Molotov, which they know is going to be smoked. Then they wait, they throw the same Molotov again, and this time there's no smoke, and they, you know, they take damage as they're falling back, and they... I mean, if they stay and fight, they're probably going to get burned. That was really effective. It's super simple, but really well done.
Super cool. Really nice delay of tactic. The delay on taking Banana control like that from NiP. And well, now that leaves Astralis in a terrible situation. Low on nades. They'd committed a lot to taking control of Banana, and now, well, what do you do? Well, you can just shoot people in the face. Dupree's going to catch Knock. Still 2 players alive here on the A site for NiP. 35 seconds on the clock. No hesitation this time, though. Device is making his way over here, and it's looking like Astralis wants to just commit.
This should be very, very tricky. 27 seconds. They have a bit of a crossfire. Rez has an HE. CT actually has a smoke. I don't know if he would use it to slow them down. It's hard to do when you don't have confirmation of exactly where they're coming, and 15 seconds on the clock. There's going to be the confirmation. Smoke down towards the pit. Now they definitely know. And the B site, I don't even think they can get here. This either works or they're never going to get close. Dupree with the 1 kill. CT are lining them up. A big triple. Oh! And they all line up for him. A quad kill for the new kid on NiP. That is amazing. Puts him at 8 overall. What a great defense.
Monster, Anders. That was sick. Dude, this guy is showing he can keep his cool in the position like this. I mean...
Oh, those are some very, very tight shots. I mean... They almost had no chance. Look at the team. Everyone is excited. Everyone was surprised by that. 6-4 in favor of Astralis still. But NiP, I mean, back with a little bit of a say here. And now they need to keep it up.
Yeah, again, 17 years old. And making his first appearance here against Astralis. And getting a quad kill as they push up short. Nope, not too shabby.
Oh, definitely not. That was some good grenade usage. Softened up Magus just enough, and then the spray and the slowdown. Oh, a little bit of a flash in, but didn't want to commit to it. That is fair enough. But even getting the information, just knowing that Dupree's out there, it is all a part of the puzzle, isn't it? The Device is still trying to sell this over at Top Banana. I don't like the fact that they're all inside of the bomb site. I really don't like that.
Makes it tricky. It's going to make it more difficult for the crossfires, but then again, the unending... well, this time around, Device is... he's calming over to his teammates that nobody has tried to take Banana control back.
And look at where Glaive is. He's just holding Arch now. Oh, he's going to go through. If he does, Hampus will get the kill on him for sure. It should be no way to check this. He's walking in. Yeah, Hampus is going to be quick about it. And Plopsky's now calling it in, saying, well, you guys are going to have to show up. It's going to be a 5-on-3 probably an afterplant here unless Plopsky get real lucky. Are they flashing him through before? Yes, they are. That's risky. Okay, he stops it. If he goes through and just gets killed, that's suddenly a 4-on-3 afterplant. So AI prediction there says about 80-20 in favor of the NiP side. Let's find out how accurate that actually is here. Hampus trying his best, but they've already lost Plopsky. And now Flash in goes pretty deep there. Hampus going to get one kill, and CTR comes in with a big double, and that will be it. So, yeah, Hampus with a nice triple in this round, I think. And NiP, they make that retake work really well. I'm glad they didn't try and do it essentially 2-on-3 before the rest showed up.
I guess what you're thinking of when you get that flash out. Ooh, that's unfortunate that HE caught the edge there. But what you're thinking when you get that flash out is that when it's a bomb plant, then it's a 2-on-2. Right, because that guy is that guy is going to be planting the bomb as you push through that smoke, and so it's a 2-on-2 for about 4 seconds. But still, you know, or you just wait for the other 3 members of your team, and you guys have nade superiority, and you just completely just annihilate Astralis with everything you've got going in. So right now, I mean, NiP, it's not by any means done here for Astralis. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. They've got 6 rounds on the T side. They've got an economy they can fall back on here. They will have a buy, but NiP are showing that, at least individually right now, they can go toe-to-toe with Astralis. ZTR showing what he's got. He's got the guts necessary to take those kinds of fights.
Yeah.
And NiP right now are looking solid. We're kind of like looking at Knock. It feels like he's been having trouble getting his AWP in play. He may be getting boxed out a little bit. But otherwise, they're looking good, the Ninjas.
Yeah, they are turning it around. Now that they have some more money to work with. They've stolen 3 AKs as well. That's always fun. And they're getting the banana control early on here. Astralis not even really testing it at the moment. Well, let's see.
Oh yeah, that's such a sick play. Double HE down the ramp like that, man. You're just gonna wait and T-spawn now, or if you're trying to dodge damage.
It's really not fun, is it? Really not fun. They have this setup with 3 people playing the quad side, which can be fine, but you can be very, very weak when it comes to like people jumping out of apps behind you if they get the right flashbangs in. Setups fall in the way a little bit. I'm always really nervous when people hold 3 people on this position, essentially. Always makes me think that something could go horribly wrong.
What I'm wondering, I don't know, it's still so early to call, but it's not like this hasn't gone horribly wrong for Astralis before. Just remember London, beginning of last year, upset against Complexity. Complexity coming out of nowhere and taking Astralis down in a best of 3.
That was really wild.
Do you think the Ninjas, the Swedes, it's got to be it. Swedes versus Danes, man. The Ninjas are trying to get revenge for their handball team.
It could. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, look at that grenade. It's right on top of them, but there's 20 seconds. They explode res down in the pit and inside of the smoke. CTR is on his own. He's going to go for the spray. The bomb is on the ground. Quick double for him. Is it enough? Did he do what they needed him to do here? 3-on-3. It still will be a bomb plant, but he is definitely proven to be quite lethal at the moment. Hampus, he needs to hit this shot right away on Device. And Device in a very tough off angle. Ooh, but he does hesitate and stutters just a bit. And that's enough time for Hampus. Flashbang does nothing. It landed on top of the roof. Oh, God, it's so close to being a good flash. But instead, it got him killed. Now Glaive alone, and he's going to go down. Nork finding the bomb, and it's going to be in time as well. NiP with a great retake, but none of it would have been possible without CTR getting that double. They wouldn't even have come here.
That's a great point. Whew. ZTR just saving NiP when they desperately needed it. He's sitting at 12 kills right now, top fragging for his team. And
that is so
man,
good.
he was in a position as well. Glaive was there to save him, but that was way too close for comfort. Nice attempt there from Glaive. He certainly has woken up here for Astralis after Overpass.
Yes.
Leading in terms of kills and average damage per round as well. He's up there. So 88 average damage per round right now from Glaive for Astralis. So that is a complete reversal. The man is stepping up on an individual level when we called out that he needed to do so after Overpass. And so that's good to see. And Astralis not done yet. It's 6-6.
Yeah, again, in terms of the narrative of Astralis coming back and acting, just enacting their revenge on NiP, that's not really what we're seeing right now. That's a pretty even game. So, and Astralis are also out of money. They've got that AK on Dupree. But pretty patient. They're going to get that kill on Device and take over banana control. And Astralis, what do they do from here? They've got so little to work with. A flashbang on Glaive being set up to try and jump them out of the apps over on this side. CTR. Ooh, that's a good little jump. Just spotting them. Catching Dupree midair was Nork. He gets put down to rest in the hay. I don't know if that's actually comfortable or not, but...
Hay?
Sleeping on hay?
Well, I mean, you get like those hay mattresses, you know, once upon a time.
Okay, well, there we go.
All about it. Keeps you warm, insulated.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about that, does he? It's a nice shot for Magus, taking down Nork. And 2-on-3, if they could get away with this round, it would almost be too much for Astralis. They should have been losing it already. Another nade, and Magus got the follow-up with the AK. And now it's 1-on-1. Rez versus Glaive. He's waiting there. He's almost got it, but Rez sprays him down. He was a bullet away from death right there, but Glaive just couldn't quite connect it. NiP getting away with a lot here. It's going to be 7-6 in favor of the Swedes. But round loss bonus is there. It's been 3 diffuses in a row here for NiP, so that's how close it's been.
Clutch situations as well, 1v1s.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Glaive thinks that Rez is swinging right there. You know, and so he's trying to move to keep that box between him and Rez just stays put and catches them, so the timing is just barely off and saves Rez.
Yeah, I think that's likely.
Unfortunate turn of events there for Glaive. You can see the utility damage, though. Ninjas in Pajamas definitely catching up. But hey, Astralis have similar numbers, and they're on the T side of Inferno. So let's just wait and see what they're capable of on the T side, because it's definitely not fun to play Banana against Astralis.
Whew. All right. I mean... Oh, this is so interesting. If they manage to actually pull through the upset here, if they can make it work... Oh, Plopsky, look at how loud he is. They're about to have a 4-man stack at the A-bomb site. Cancel what I was saying. They're going to go for it. Rez trying to spray through. Nork is going to be there to take down Glaive. This is so good. NiP have a very good read of what's coming. Plopsky's going to be quick on the flank, and Astralis are slowed down. They can't actually get onto the site right now. Trying to set that up, but CTR still down in the pit. And now they're running through. Rez getting caught a bit, but he's still doing damage down here. Device next in line, and now, yeah, they can get the bomb plant down, but they can't escape the site. They're in so much trouble in here.
Trying to bait him out there with that fake plant. Not going to happen. Zip, you better stick it now, buddy. You need that bonus money going into the next round if you lose this one.
Yeah, ooh, maybe a little bit too early here, NiP. Got to be careful that they don't give them another kill and make it a 2-on-2 for no reason. Force them to get that plant down. There's Zip and CTR in with another triple kill. He is a god in this pit right now. Just impressive. Now, 8-6 in favor of NiP, and think about this larger context, right? It's one thing that they will put up an upset against the best team in the world at the opening stages, but if you think about how the rankings work for this and you know, in terms of fitting into the actual global finals at the end, if you take down the #1 team, like suddenly your chances of ranking much higher, like down the road when you play teams that at least on paper should be slightly worse, you've just cleared a pretty big obstacle right off the bat, and that could really help the ranking scenario down the road, which again, I mean, you get a free ticket to get in. I don't know if NiP are going to be primed to win the whole thing and just get straight in there, but even ranking high up there, I think it's going to be super helpful in terms of getting there. So we'll see.
But you put yourself in a position already to just skip the bloodbath of the Spring Showdown.
Yeah.
Where it's just going to be a long, drawn-out affair with a whole bunch of teams trying to qualify.
Yeah.
If you can get top 2 in the groups here, you go straight to the Spring Finals, and you avoid that entire other tournament that you'll have to deal with in order to get there.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot riding on the line here for NiP. And, I mean, Complexity, they managed to pull it off last time in London. They were so close. But they had the upset against Astralis. Could be getting the same thing here for NiP. And again, I think it's just revenge for handball, man.
Well, we'll see.
That was a close match.
It was. It definitely was. It's been a while since I feel like we've been making some headlines in that space. Device goes down early on. They tried to do that run boost in the middle, but that wasn't really what made the difference here. And again, banana control not really in favor of Astralis, which is kind of interesting. Rez is checking out that corner at Arch towards top mid, which again is very helpful in terms of trying to get that information. He's going to start to fall back a little bit, but I wonder if they're going to bring Hampers over at any point here. And so as Rez fall back, Nork is actually going to be picking up the task of checking mid. The fact that they have an eye on middle here right now is really cool. I really like that from NiP. I think that's some solid work.
It gives them so much information.
Yep. Oh, they're a little bit worried about a B split. They're not sure if someone snuck through, so Hampus has fallen a little bit back. But if they realize that no one is here, they could probably start to get res over to B, and then it'll be interesting. Bomb is still in the middle, though. Nothing has been decided yet. I think it's a fake. Nork, though. If he catches them early, will they still keep going? If they run A with 30 seconds and they get killed at this corner, or even just one kill and trade it, it's going to put up CTR for another potential highlight here. Oh, that's a good flick. He's still alive. Oh, and he takes the pre with him. A big double kill. Inside of the bomb site, CTR is there, 15 seconds, and he has been just a thorn in their side all along, and he nearly gets Sip. He snuck through the smoke. He had the right idea. Oh, and the grenade on top of Sip, just blowing him up, leaving Magisk alone. 1 versus 3, and he's going to try and spray through, but they will just overpower him. That was I'm going to need to see that grenade. That looked beautiful.
That was impeccable stuff here from NiP. You got to give it to them. They've got it all lined up, holding nades until the very end of the round to help with retakes as well. But ZCR, man, it really feels like he's the raid boss in this scenario. Yeah, sick. Right over the top.
It actually just blew him up. He was playing Worms, wasn't he? One of those hand grenades. We're going to go to a break and be back with the second half. Right, well, we are going to get back into this Inferno game. And it was a really spicy first half. 9-6 in favor of NiP playing on the CT side. And I don't know. I'm really impressed. I think this team is playing really well. CTR he was rocking that pit position over at the A side. It was going really well. All they need to do is follow this home. If they win this map, they win in 2 against Astralis. That would be a massive accomplishment for NiP. There's really no way to just oversell how big that would be for them. So let's see if they can. They're getting close.
You're beating Astralis. You're beating the #1 team on Inferno in 2020 as well.
Yeah.
And, I mean, man, it feels like Threat is just ready for him, and I'm sure he's going to have something clever here for the T-side pistol. It's looking like they're going to group up, and this is going to be a straight-up B hit, but Astralis are ready for it. Megas, Sipnix, and Glaive, 3 players here on the defense. Yeah, but they're going to have all the smokes on the NiP side, so let's see what these USPs can do when everyone is smoked off. That's a nice counter nade, and actually an HE right on top. They're so low on health. You might not even need headshots at this point in time. Trying to see if they can get in there, not quite checking the back corner, and Glaive executing 1, 2, and nearly a third. That looked so clean. They thought they had that all figured out, and they just forgot to check the corner. And now, yeah, the bomb is down, but it's a 2 on 4, and Astralis slowing it down, keeping it cool, and then they come in to finish the round, which they absolutely will. Nork is going to get run down, and that was a nice, clean retake, but Glaive, I mean, he was just a hitman in that corner, wasn't he? Yeah, that was sick. He kept his cool, didn't give it up. And, well, now that's both pistol rounds for Astralis. Keep in mind, they won the first half pistol. And so now we're getting into the thick of things here. Yeah, we're getting the replay here from Glaive, just so clean.
And Magisk, I mean, they were both flashed, I think. Those were both people that were also blind, yep. He had no chance.
No way of knowing that he's there.
That's a pretty good camera angle for the replay.
Yeah, what a sick camera angle. That is awesome.
Incredible.
Shout out to production.
7-9. That's a pretty big deal. Now look at what NiP are doing though. Again, in terms of just keeping the pressure on, they buy 2 AKs and they go straight for the fight. They want to bring they can sense the weakness and they just want to bring Astralis down.
Don't let the Danes get comfortable. Zipnix is pushing close with the MP9 though, so if they do decide to try to make a play through this smoke, it's going to get hairy for NiP. MP9 up close, 1-for-1, highly likely, and he's got Glaive and backup as well. Top of Banana, so this game here that they're going to be playing. In the meantime, Hampus is clearing out short.
All right. I like this from Sip though. I mean, you have to assume that they're going to check it, but people make mistakes sometimes. And Glaive is playing a bit of a distraction back there, jumping and trying to make some noise, so if they come in, they're going to be checking, they're going to be looking for that. And if they go A, there is a 3-man setup. Dupree has got a Molotov, which, you know, could be really important. Yeah, now they're definitely going to know. Oh, nade to chase him back. But they're going to, they surely have to commit to it.
In the meantime, Hampus has worked his way into CT spawn, dude. This is big. They are going to crush onto this A site in just a moment. NiP, there is a window of opportunity for him. Device goes down. Hampus catching him out in the open. Dupree doesn't know which way to go.
Yeah, he's a little bit on his own right now. He's still going to win that fight. 29 seconds. That's the bomb on the corner. And now, still in pit is Magus. Dupree is working it all over the place. And Magus comes in. I think Hampus was swinging to try and look for Dupree. And then Magus is there to follow it up. This all worked incredibly well. Way better than it looked like it should have. Dupree with a triple kill. And it just looked like NiP were so far wrapped around that bomb site that it should have been trouble for the defense.
That is some trust in your teammate, though.
Yeah.
Dupree. He's just, he's like, okay, Magus, like, because you can see Dupree is starting to look back towards long A, thinking I need to watch this angle. And then he's like, oh, no, wait, hold on. Magus has got my back. I can focus on short. And sure enough, Magus gets the kill on Hampus. That's just, but that's some trust. You got to trust your teammate to hit that shot. Otherwise, you're just turning away from a guy who's going to shoot you in the back. But that is again, a hallmark of Astralis' CT play, or play in general. They're so good at working together as a unit, and now we get to see this push down banana. Magus is going to charge in.
Ooh, to his death. Hampus finding a headshot now. Yeah, the Molotovs and the follow-up nades are going to do a bit of damage, but...
That was the MP9, though, right?
I believe it was. But so on that front, maybe they'll be all right with it. But it's a start. Let's see what NiP could do. They're set up outside of here, and they have a single smoke, which I guess they picked up on Magisk. They still need, they still need another entry, which definitely wasn't that one. Hampus goes down, and now good timing on the grenade and the follow-up spray. I don't think NiP could do a lot here.
Throw the HE, Glaive, throw the HE. You know you want to pump those damage numbers up, man.
Get him in there. Yeah, bring that, you know, armor. Maybe that's why we're good at handball. It's a similar kind of thing, you know? So obviously no grenades in handball allowed, so maybe not.
There's the grenade. It's gonna go a bit too far. That's unfortunate. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes you miss. Zip gets the other 2. 3 kills for Glaive, 2 for Zipnix, and a feel-good moment for Astralis as they tie it up. And now we really get to see the full play coming in here from NiP. Fully bought up on the side of NiP. Astralis, the fun thing about watching Astralis on CT side is that they have so many nade combinations to just utterly lock down banana that I almost don't want to see NiP just put a toe in there for like the first 40 seconds of the round, just because there's no safe place to hide. You are going to take damage.
It is really risky. I completely agree, but it's also risky to not show up there.
Sure.
The amount of strats that you could pick out of your strat book if you don't have banana control, I mean, it's not nothing, but they are limited. That's a nice shot. No, not expecting it. So, pretty easy kill. And actually, Astralis kind of fighting for it. Oh, no. Ooh. Burning alive is Glaive. I think he got shot or tagged or something through when he was jumping in there. That's a bit of an issue. And Hampus, he's got the right idea. Almost gets the line up. If they would have killed Sip too, what a great amount of revenge that would have been. And Dupree starts to fall back. They say, you know what, Sip? You could just do this on your own, can't you?
He's so low on health, but he's got a smoke. Dupree has no nades left, and so I'm pretty sure that's why he's thinking, I'll just rotate over here towards A. He's got nothing to help Zip, whereas Zip can at least buy time for the rotation.
Yeah.
Why still holding the angle, though?
Yeah.
Doesn't miss. He is so good. And he does play aggro with that op in mid. That's the thing. He's not afraid to take peeks at mid. He's not afraid to take those kinds of fights. It's something that you need to be aware of on the T side against Astralis.
They have a Molotov, which they can either put it towards Magisk or Dupree, but either way, it's probably going to be a pretty good grenade here for Plopsky if he can find a way to use it. Device is back, and that's confirmation. They should know that this is going to be that A-Rap at the moment, because this is late in the round. Device just continues. 3rd kill of the round for him with the AWP. He's been picking them up just all along the way, and that's where I wanted the Molotov to go. Plopsky gets a headshot instead. I'll take that. Magisk, he'll get 1, and now Plopsky 15 seconds, and even a bomb plant or another kill right now would be huge. He's going to get timed and ends up going down. But this round was all Device. Really good shots.
It's starting to play into... it's starting to play into Astralis' hands.
Yeah, they're in the lead now. They have the money.
Yeah. I mean, there's... It's just the way that it plays out, and it's actually pretty fun when it comes to Inferno, because they have, like, it's like 15 wins, 5 losses, but they have it 20 times in the last 3 months that they've played this map. That's a lot to go off of, actually.
Yeah, it is.
And they're consistently good on this map. 59% win rate on CT side, so 50% on T side. So it's like, okay, you got 6-9 at the end of the first half on their T side. Now you go to their stronger side. It's the CT side of the map. It's no longer a CT sided map, though. We determined that, Anders. So at least Inferno is officially T-sided now, 50 point something.
Just slight. If you played 1,000 times in a row, that will make a difference.
Please. But like, I mean, the thing is that Astralis, once they get that man advantage on the CT side, it's very, very hard to make it work against them. They don't really make mistakes on the CT side that let you get back in.
Yeah, and I mean, this is starting to look just a lot better. We keep saying that Astralis, you know, slow to warm up, and maybe that, I don't know, like, it feels like they are starting to get their heads a little bit more in the game, certainly. Device hitting some good shots. I mean, as you said earlier, Glaive underperforming maybe on Overpass, but certainly doing pretty well for himself on this map. So,
oh yeah,
10-9 in favor of Astralis, and a bit of a half buy coming out here for NiP, just getting some pistols and some other stuff, which is fine. They've got the round loss bonus. They're going to be able to buy everything they want in the next round, so they're just giving themselves a chance here. Setting up in middle. Yeah, they're getting banana control, but again, if they clear the corner here, they're walking into Device over at top banana, so it ends the same way it's done every other time they've walked in against Device.
You just die.
Yeah.
Device, I mean, that's his kind of opping. Hold an ankle, hunker down, hold an angle, and just hit shots. It's very much I mean, that's Device's op style. And so ZTR, he's going to get another shot. You know, speaking of hitting shots, this guy is no joke. You got to be impressed with ZTR's performance against Astralis. He has not let his team down in the slightest.
No, it's been really, really good. It's a 2-on-4. Sort of a local 2-on-2 happening over here at the A-bomb side, at least for a minute. But how do you get in? Magisk, I mean, we talked about CTR playing the pit, but Magisk is, you know, world-renowned for playing this position, and it's very hard to get rid of him. Dupree will go down, so that's interesting. Oh, a walking shot from Nork. That's a way to clear him out, and just like that, it's a 2-on-2 in the afterplant. That was a 4-on-2. Device, he's still going to take down Nork. He was getting a bit too curious. And even if you're not a cat, that's apparently still dangerous. Plopsky, 1 versus 2, hiding down near in the pit. They're going to try and smoke him off, but that might actually just help him out. That smoke might just be slightly helpful for him to try and find somebody to play around. Not sure if anyone's walking up behind him. They do have a kit on Sip, so he's going to smoke off the bomb and try and sit on top of it, while Plopsky now forced to go do something. 3 seconds left, and he's not going to win that fight, so great retake and great afterplant here for Astralis, but it probably should not have been that close. And let's see, not this kill, but the next one from Nork is... This is crazy. He taps once, and yeah, he's still halfway moving. That's really cool.
Mega's getting a little bit too predictable with his positioning there. But that's the second time that Dupree's got caught sleeping on that ramp. I mean, back-to-back rounds, right? Whereas Dupree, he's holding an angle and he doesn't win the duel.
Yeah.
Magisk from pit, I mean, it's his home. So Nock knowing that he's going to be there, yeah, they don't let Magisk out. He puts the lotion on.
Stay in the Oh, 11-9, and that's 5 in a row for Astralis, and now they put the pressure on, pushing down middle, catching CTR, and I don't know if Dupree can get back. That's sometimes the issue. If you're here, you can't really escape again. Oh, nearly, but he'll be all right. It's all good. That's a classic Inferno play.
Oh yeah, and that's a confidence play. You don't really call that unless you're feeling the confidence, right? But Astralis...
But it could be desperation. Like, there's a thin line, isn't there?
You smelling it a little bit?
You're either... Yeah, I mean, I don't think Astralis are, but I'm just saying you can either do that if you're feeling like, yeah, or you could be like, I don't know what to do. Let's just rush mid. No.
Sure.
Could be both.
Like, it is fun to have those kinds of, like, teams. There's, like, the stylistic side that gets involved. But, again, man advantage now for Astralis. And, again, it's so hard for NiP now to fight back from this position and win the round. Astralis just do not lose these situations. They have, like a 70% win rate across 20 maps, right? They have a 70% win rate in a man advantage situation.
Yeah, and look at this as well. Glaive, I mean, he's got a Molotov in hand, just waiting for it. The timing is incredible. They have to wait. Now it's all being very signaled. No one's really rotating out of A yet, so that's the only curious part here. Where is the rotation coming in? Device is even looking at top mid. Dupree is now finally going to make his way over, but I feel like it could have been even quicker here. And the Orc doing perfect work. Sip with a nice double kill. And whatever dreams they had of getting into this bomb site, they're definitely done. So the rude awakening, just sit up in bed and it's all done.
It's just gross. Zip. No shame.
Stealing it from them. No, gonna get a kill at the end. Not quite. But yeah, this is gonna be 12-9 now, favoring Astralis. And Yeah, the timing on that Molotov combined with this setup was really cool.
How frustrated are you if you're Plopsky as well? Because if it just doesn't stop spraying, you're thinking, oh, he's gonna, you know, there's a window for me to trade, and this is gonna be good. And nope, the answer is absolutely not. Zipnix takes his head off, and well, no bomb plant. Sets it up still. It's 12-9 for Astralis on the CT side, so they are looking good. And more aggression, this time in banana. And there it is.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for that HE now on ramp. It's so brutal.
Just a little bit of a late, yeah. I mean, what can you do?
And what you can do is just die, Anders.
Well, let's see here. They're going to go quick. They're going to wrap around straight into quad. That's an incredible flashbang. Stopping Device from shooting him in the back now. He's trying to get into the action, but they've lost the rest of the defense here. And Device is in trouble. A little bit of a miss. Oh! He gets absolutely snapped with the AWP. He actually just jumped into it and got no scope. Megisk and Glaive, well, I don't know what they could do. What a perfect hit out of NiP. And it was about time that they picked up a round here on the T side. They desperately needed it. That worked so well. I can't believe the flash was timed so the Device couldn't shoot them. Otherwise, he would have had a chance at helping out his teammates and maybe it would have gone differently. But that is the first round that NiP picked up in the second half.
6 rounds in a row for Astralis on the CT side, and NiP finally breaking the streak, Anders. And off of a brave round at that. Quick, to the point, enough of the slow stuff. Let's show some guts. Let's get in there. And Astralis just not up to it. And well, that was like the $1 million flashbang. You gotta give it just the impeccably timed flashbang to stop Device from having any say.
It's also it's a cool path that they end up running. This is just ridiculous, isn't it? He's actually jumping on. Like, nope.
Couldn't get the knife. And Dupree, I mean, Dupree's showing a lot of emotion right now. It's not like, it's not all on him. I mean, he's struggling a little bit. He's at the bottom of the scoreboard right now. But it's not a disaster.
No, and they shouldn't be. I mean, like, again, 12-10. I think Astralis is doing fine. Money's maybe a bit low, but ultimately, they should be in a position here. Grenade doesn't do that much to res. And look at Hampus. He's so far up into the middle.
Yeah, that's been really good. Device hasn't really peaked mid, and NiP have been taking advantage of that. Pushing aggro mid, getting up here, not having to worry about any kind of smoke or anything to buy time. Rez again getting chunked by that same HE to bottom ramp. So brutal.
Yeah, the first one did nothing, but that one did. I think Plopsky was actually calling it in, saying, I think they're both on the other side of this wall, so I'm sure Rez would have loved to have, you know, flashed him in or something, but he just couldn't find the opening for it, and then instead he gets grenaded, so that is a bit unfortunate. Dupree and Megisk with the setup over at the A-bomb site. Hampus, again, he's been so close to this ball, both on the quad and arch side over at top mid. I'm sure he wants to turn the corner. Yeah, now he's going to clear it right through the smoke, and Device is just in there. No scoping him. That's unfortunate. They're going to have to hit this bomb site kind of right now. They're running out of time. Device trying to rotate in. Glaive thinking about going through, but Sip is saying, well, just hold on. They're still not really here. A flashbang to slow them down even further. And now, Glaive, just the one kill, but Sip is there for the double, nearly a triple. Another bullet would have done it. And that is the end of the push. 20 seconds. You're so low on health right now. And CTR trying to see if he can get that bomb plant. He's thinking about it, but a shot through would absolutely take him down. And he's going to fall anyway. Sip with a triple in the round, but that was interesting.
Anders, can you say monstrous real quick?
Say monsters?
Monstrous.
Monstrous.
There we go, monstrous. You know, because like Zipnix's performance on B side right now is just monstrous. That's the first word that comes to mind.
It is.
He just keeps getting doubles. Whenever they show themselves, he's just auging them to death.
He is doing a really fine job right now.
We need to check that he's not playing with a controller. And getting that aim assist right now, because that's filthy. But again,
I'm sure someone could Photoshop that.
Be sure, yeah, exactly. He's playing Call of Duty. Be sure to go and check out the shop, guys. Really good merch. Can say that we use it ourselves. I pretty much only wear Blast merch now because it's just that good. So definitely go and check that out.
Well, let's see. Looked like it was going to be really quick here. Plopsky, he had the right idea. I appreciate that. But doesn't quite get rewarded for it. Didn't use that many grenades either to try and accomplish this. Astralis with a bit of a setup. Maybe expecting that there would be some kind of a quick move behind that. Walks right into an HE, but let's see if they can find the kill on Glaive, which they can. Are they going to be able to guess?
Wait, what? Where was that from?
I think he's just shot through the smoke at the back. I think he just ran right into it. It's going to be the full-on execute. So let's see what Sip could do this time. He's low on health. They know where he is. Device. He's going to pick up the 1, and they don't want to fight him. Instead, they smoke him off. And Sip, they're running him down. That is a very important kill. But Device still doing work. He's going to be pushing in. And finally, Rez taking him down. 2 on 3. Magisk is so far away that it's basically 1 on 3 for Dupree. If they want a chance of winning this, it's going to have to be Dupree just doing this on his own.
Yeah, I think they're going to back it. Can Dupree find his way out here? Rez is kind of watching this angle. But Dupree wants to survive this round. Magisk does too. They have the money to buy again in the next round if they save these 2 guns. And a good buy at that. So kind of hoping that Astralis are able to make that happen and that Dupree can just survive this bomb blast. And that's looking likely.
I actually
think he goes for it? No. Knock is watching.
Yeah. Listen, we've had that once before during the global finals.
Yep.
Dupree wanted to try and see if he could follow it up, but that was against Na'Vi, wasn't it?
That was Na'Vi complexity.
Oh, that was Na'Vi doing it, yeah.
Yeah, that was Na'Vi complexity. It was Simple going in for the
That was
ninja.
fantastic.
And they thought that he'd killed him. They thought they'd killed Simple, and then sure enough, Simple doesn't need to shoot them.
Look at that, he's
Yeah,
right
that was
over.
sick.
That's good. Now, here's what's sort of interesting. When you get that kill from CTR right at the beginning there, I imagine it takes a fair bit of restraint not to just push the bomb site. Like, try and get in there really quick before they slowed it down. They set up the full execute. And I mean, maybe that would have worked out too, but it's also risky against a team like Astralis. What if you just think, oh, we've got the opening right now, let's everyone go, and then you screw it up and it backfires. So I kind of respect that from NiP. I bet it's not easy to keep a slow pace in that moment. Heavy grenades on Banana, but they really didn't do anything. They had 4 people over there on Banana early on. Now they're back 4 towards A. Which is definitely interesting. Oh, catching Device. But again, there's a pretty heavy setup over on this side. Gonna be grenades, a lot of them down. Magisk moving out, Glaive coming in, and they're all flashed, and they're just fish in a barrel right here, getting slaughtered at the moment. Plopsky, though, is sneaking around the back, and that is great news. Taking down Glaive, and now they've really infiltrated this. There's still a minute left. They're just looking for the fights here. Trading continues as Magisk is down in pit, and he's gonna get found. This is all over the place. Just a long, ongoing 20, 30-second long fight. And eventually, it's a 1-on-2 against Sip, who is maybe the best clutch player in the world. But we haven't seen that yet today in this series. We haven't had those clutches. This would normally be an easy one for Sip to try and follow through. So let's see. He's got a smoke and a Molotov, so he's going to set that up to try and create a little bit of space. And then he's going to come charging right through. That's the first difficult part, is getting through the smoke. And he gets caught by Plopsky. Nice double for him. And it's 13-12. NiP are started to set it back. The money is gone for Astralis. This can happen. They could do this.
They could do this. They can absolutely do this. And this is going to be so deflating for Astralis as well, because Astralis called it. They had the setup. They had 4 players on A.
Yeah.
They knew that NiP were coming A. They were ready for them. They got the opening kills. I mean, everything is there for Astralis to just lock it down. And then I think they got complacent. I think Glaive takes that peek towards Plopsky when maybe he doesn't need to. And Plopsky wins that fight, and it just opens up a flank that wasn't there available for NiP before that moment, and the round spins out from there. So Astralis need to kind of take a deep breath here, and wow. Dude, Astralis are playing for the win. You guys are going to see that in a moment, but they are going for the force buy here. They are not going to take it in the teeth and go for a round of eco. They are going to go for the force buy. So Astralis are playing to win right now.
Well, what do we say? There's a fine line between confidence and desperation. You know, I think we might have just crossed that line. We might have just stumbled all the way into that territory.
Okay, then.
Dupree's got a Mag 7, and we've got a C set, and some Deagles in play, and some grenades to follow it up. But let's just see. I mean, if it works, it's going to look really funny. But if it doesn't, yeah, you're giving NiP a big chance now to get basically from 12 to 14 before you can start to have any kind of a say. So,
yeah, last I checked, Dupree drives an Audi, not a Honda.
Well,
it was a stretch. I had to try.
Listen, I respect it. Let's see if it works out, even if this is what he's carrying. Oh, man. Right at the edge. Orb versus Mag 7. I don't think that's going to favor the shotgun. I just don't think so.
No, especially Dupree. The angle doesn't favor Dupree for the peak either. So this is all sorts of nasty for Dupree. He's going to have to hit an impeccable shot.
Yeah, but Magus could flash him in. So best case, Dupree... Oh, he's going to smoke it off. I was going to say he gets a kill, and then Magus flashes, and then he gets another one. So like, it has to be something like that. It's a pretty good Molotov to slow them down, actually. But the wrap is still on. NiP not giving up on this right now. Want to try and see if they can continue. 40 seconds on the clock. Device is kind of here. But again, that Mag 7, it's now inside of the bomb site. So they have to get pretty close. If Hampus dies, then everyone is... Oh, that's incredible flick. If he would have gone down, then Dupree would have had only one angle to deal with. And now instead, it all falls apart. Magus, yeah, they're going to get him no matter what here. So kind of close, actually. But NiP pulled through. And they're going to tie it up. It's 13-13. That flick from Hampus, that is huge.
That's so monster. He's also been doing a fantastic work for NiP, at least as far as average damage per round. I mean, he is up there.
Yeah.
But Anders, are we getting flashbacks to London here, beginning of last year, first event for Blast, the group stage, and Astralis getting upset against this team that came out of nowhere. Somebody was talking about a Juggernaut. And
people were laughing at that.
Exactly. Oh, a Juggernaut. Ha. Right. Juggernaut. Right. Yeah. Cool. Cool. And then all of a sudden, Complexity beat Astralis.
Yeah, I mean, this does feel like that kind of a repeat, which is really, I mean, again, just very, very interesting. That is sweet. Just imagine what would happen if this actually plays out. Again, surely the expectations are going to be high for NiP for the next match, but for Astralis, yeah, what a tough way to get started. All things considered. 13-13.
They have to make life hard on themselves. You know, it's just about making life hard on themselves. They need the challenge.
Yeah. Well, they got one.
They let Na'Vi win global finals just to, give them a little bit of confidence going into the beginning of the year, right? They need an opponent.
Well, there's going to be angry people on Twitter writing you something now.
Oh yeah. Well,
how dare you?
I've heard that there's a bit of drama with PIMP and the CIS.
Always. Well, you got to maintain some drama. We've got 2 Zeus in play, which I think is fantastic. Huge fan of that kind of a setup. Still think the run boosted Zeus is like, that's the holy grail for me that we haven't seen yet. I mean, which is a shame. People need to try that. Oh, okay. That is just the USB, but
that works too.
It packed a harder punch somehow. Whatever happens, just NiP cannot give this round up. They must win it. And I think clearing that kill there is probably what does it. So
yeah,
that's good. Everyone can relax.
I should tell them. Yep. So ZTR are going to be setting it up. Oh, and we will have that bomb planted on the A site. NiP showing some true discipline here. Keeping it together, sticking together, and waiting on the patience, right? Of that flank paying off. Leaving that lurker out on the flank to just catch him. This is big, though. If they can hold on to this AK, Astralis, they were going to have...
yeah, that's going to be nice.
I mean, they're going to have a fairly decent buy.
Yeah, they will.
Next round, but with an AK on the CT side, that could make things pretty spicy. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dupree, dude. What is this?
A pretty good shot. Now, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Astralis, their efficiency on Banana has sort of gone down in the last couple of rounds. Like, they're not doing nearly as much damage. And their top mid control as well. I mean, NiP are getting that position a lot, and they're doing a lot with it. All right. Hampus also went down at the end, so this is getting interesting now. 14-13, though. NiP back in the lead, 2 rounds away from taking down Astralis here. The opening match of this spring season, which... I mean, if they do it, it'll be amazing.
What's really, really impressive with this is just, NiP's ability to still get rounds on the board and to put themselves in a winning position just off of kills alone, it feels like, because they're not flashing for each other. They have hardly any flash assists. 3 flash assists total for NiP so far through both halves. Whereas Astralis, I can't even count how high these numbers go. And utility damage is through the roof for Astralis compared to NiP as well. So just in the nade game, Astralis are dominating. And yet they're still not getting kills. They're still not getting rounds. So how frustrating has this situation got to be for Astralis right now, where it really is boiling down to click heads, guys, like Dupree just did in that last round. You know, it's like, can we just start clicking some heads here?
Yeah, get that done. I don't know. I mean, I think
they're doing everything else.
They are doing a lot of other, but I think on the NiP side, right? They're definitely, they have the firepower. There's no doubt about that right now. But they're showing, I think, a lot of restraint. They're making some really good calls, even in the heat of the moment, when you know you would be tempted to make some rash decisions. It seems like they've really got this team on lockdown, which is really great to see. Sip, this is so dangerous when you're on your own. If something goes wrong in that moment, you could be in trouble. Plopsky looking for the opening and doing a bit of damage there. That's still pretty good.
Yeah. Now you've got top banana control to work with. It's one of, like, what you want to say, like the holy trinity of T-side Inferno.
Yeah. And Hampus is hoping for a kill over on the other side too, so got a couple of different yeah, you could see him hoping that someone's gonna come running, which someone did, but just only the damage and nothing else. Is he gonna get anyone gonna get flashed in? Nope, they're just gonna be trading smokes. A flash here, and again, Hampus trying to keep as many people as he can on this side for the actual attack, which is going to be into this B bomb side, which I think Glaive just kind of realized, and he's going to be coming back. He has that Molotov like last time, which was really, really good. Good timing on that. Dupree taking down Hampus, but this is all about the B bomb side, and they're putting the pressure on, forcing Glaive out and forcing Sip to fight on his own. He's just back here getting overwhelmed, running in and taking down Glaive. It's Rez. He's been doing this before, clearing this entire path and also clearing all the way through construction. And now, what do Astralis do? If they lose these rifles, they're not going to have very much to fight with, and they're going to fall back. Yeah, 4-on-3 retake, not worth it. Wow, 15 for NiP.
And that was a team flash from Device. Did you notice? That didn't flash Glaive as Rez is pushing Graveyard. So Device, I mean, there's no way to know. You're obviously trying to help your teammates here, trying to set up some kind of play. But that it looked like that ended up hurting. So we have the flash coming in behind him. Yeah. So the timing could not have been worse for Glaive to swing on that. Maybe just a little bit of miscommunication there, but
yeah, it could be.
Glaive wins that duel, and it's a totally different situation for Astralis going into that retake. That bot main might never even get planted at that point. Whereas there, Rez clears Graveyard, and all of a sudden, NiP have B, and NiP have a bomb plant. So again, actually, the flashes in this game, Anders, have been pretty, like, just... We can point to 2 rounds that have been utterly screwed for Astralis just based off of flashes. Like a single flash grenade.
You know, it's one of the things that I think is so interesting. If you go back and look at these games later on, if you sort of look at all those details, there are so many grenades like that where you think, man, that was a split second, timing.
Yeah.
It's down to less than half a second, and if it goes the other way, yep, someone else probably wins. So it's delightful. We can't catch all of it, but we can do it a lot here. 15-13, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if NiP could get one more round and pull through this upset, take down Astralis on 2 maps in this best of 3. That would be... What a great way to start the year for NiP. And there's Rez charging through. He had the right idea. He practically pre-fired that position. And yeah, he knows. He's got the idea. Going to start to fall back, which again, you can't really blame him. Plopsky now put under some pressure. And with the Molotov on top, he's going to be going down. That's a nice response out of Astralis. And it forces them to use a lot of grenades that they don't have on that CT side. But at least it's a 4-on-4. Device, he is at that corner on Arch again, where he's been wrecking people all half long. And this time they're going to smoke him off, trying to prevent that from happening. He's running back into the site, and there could easily be a flashbang here to just make him completely irrelevant in this. There's one of them, but they're not quite quick enough, and he's going to get his eyesight back, but Rez will take him down. Nork with the follow-up kill as well, dropping Dupree. So now Magus can Glaive 2-on-3 for the afterplant retake, where they have a smoke and a kit, and that is it. So this will be just very hard to deal with.
Nigh on impossible. You got the Triangle of Doom set up here for NiP, and there it is. Rez finding the kill on Magus.
Oh, and there's a headshot low. Glaive, he's looking behind him, and he's going to get executed by Hampus. 16 rounds on the board for NiP, picking up the match in 2 maps. What a fantastic start for the Swedes. A new lineup with CTR certainly proving himself in this game. I'm so impressed. I think everything here just looked so crisp and so well organized. I want to see the flow chart that Threat's been working with. Like, if they do this, then we do this, and it's just